Here at WI, we bought into the whole epic gaming concept when Warlord released their American Civil War set back in 2019, so we were pleased to see it expand into the Napoleonic era with the Waterloo campaign last year, and even pleaseder to see it continues to be supported with recent releases of new figures and printed material. In this video we're going to take a look at both the new book, the 100 Days New Scenarios and Rules, and new figures in the form of casualties and commanders. This neat little A5 softback weighs in at 208 pages, just over half of which are scenarios, covering every major and several minor battles of the 100 Days campaign, which, as the author points out in the intro, is nominally the period spanning Napoleon's return to Paris from exile on the 20th of March 1815 to the restoration of King Louis XVIII on the 8th of July that same year. Our first scenario is the action at Thuin, which, although historically only formed a small part of the prelude to the Battle of Ligny, it is cleverly used here by the author to ease the epic gamer into the campaign and the layout of the book, which we'll take a closer look at here. You will see that following a brief historical introduction, we have Playing the Game, which acts as the introduction to the game, followed by the setup, deployment, and any special rules. In this case, those are night fighting. Victory conditions for both sides then follow, and we conclude with the forces involved. This scenario structure continues throughout the book. It's simple, clear, and to the point, and you will note the maps also benefit from those same qualities. The scenarios take you all the way from Thuin to the Battle of Issy, the French army's final attempt to hold Paris 14 days after Waterloo. Waterloo itself, which curiously gets no historical introduction, is divided into 8 battles: Hougoumont, La Haye Sainte, Plassanois, etc. We will now linger on the content page and entertain you with some mood music while you check out the complete list of scenarios. The scenario section nears its conclusion with some rules for a ladder campaign. For those of you hardcore enough to play through every battle in the book, these few pages provide details of the effects of winning and losing a battle and how that affects the next game. What if history had turned out differently? What if, for example, d'Erlon's First Corps had appeared at Quatre Bras? This and 2 other what if scenarios are outlined at the close of the scenario section. Pickup games are covered over the next 2 pages, with some pretty obvious rules for playing games without using a scenario. Unit size revisions, small artillery units, and tiny units are additional rules covered over the next couple of pages. Prior to 2 pages of new units, these being combined grenadiers and voltigeurs, plus engineers of the guard. Engineers can be a unique unit or an upgrade. They have extra bonuses when they attack or defend buildings or entrenchments. We are then introduced to new French, British, and Prussian commanders with their special campaign rules, before we turn to the Waterloo campaign orders of battle. These are presented in a different format to those which Black Powder players have become used to. Rather than duplicate the stats and special rules info from the epic rulebook, here we are provided with, clearly well researched, lists covering the 3 main protagonists, detailing division and brigade commanders, points, unit type and size information. Moving from paper to plastic, or rather resin, we'll now take a look at the latest figure releases in the Epic Napoleonic range. We have 6 very neat little boxes here, containing commanders and casualties. Inside the first one, we have 5 high-level officers of the Grande Armée. In fact, they don't come any grander than old Boney himself. Instantly recognisable, mounted on his horse Marengo. Like all the commanders we're going to look at, these are really great sculpts. After flicking off a couple of bits of flash, we have a fine example of what Warlord are now able to achieve via their Warlord resin production technique. I'm not a big fan of the horse's painfully bent back leg. As we take a look elsewhere on the models, in the French, Prussian and British commanders set, it's hard to find fault with the detail and likenesses on the models. Turning to the casualty markers, again we have a set for each of the 3 nations, with 18 tokens in each box. Before seeing them in the flesh, I did wonder if there was some clever turny wheel device on the models to display the numbers, but actually, much more practically, there are 7 tokens displaying a number 1, 6 displaying a 2, 3 displaying a 3, and 2 engraved with a 4. I like the fact there are a range of different troop types on each base, and although the block paving around the edge won't be to everyone's taste, I'm a fan of this extra detail. 28mm black powder players might also like to consider the tokens for their games. A quick word on prices before I leave you to go and check your wallet. The bundle cost for the book and the figures is £85 or $136 US. The book on its own is 20 quid or 32 bucks. So there you have it. Black Powder Epic Battles 100 Days Campaign Bundle in all its glory. This video has been brought to you by WiPrime, Wargames Illustrated magazine's online members club. View more videos or find out more about WiPrime by following these links.